Today's topic is about throwing caution to the wind. Because English is my second language, sometimes I'll mix up the words. In fact, I gotta read it. Today I got caught telling my girlfriend bridge under the water instead of water under the bridge. So I have a tendency to mix up the old sayings. I don't know whether it's because it's English or whatever. And also I want to point out that in the article, the topic that I wrote about is one of my favorite quotes is actually, you can always tell a cobbler by the shoes he wears, and you can tell I have to cheat and read it before I say it. But I really wanted to talk to you about the caution, throwing caution to the wind. So you have to think about it again. The best example that we can all learn from as entrepreneurs is actually if you watch the Game 6 of NBA Finals between the Spurs and Miami Heat, LeBron James, what a great example of throwing caution to the wind. Literally took over the final quarter of that game. And what's so phenomenal about it is that while everybody else was kind of thinking on the Miami team, oh, well, it looks like we're going to lose, we're 10 points down, he just turned it on. He was relentless. And what's so amazing about it is that even when he was pressing forward and scoring baskets, he was making errors too. But what's interesting about it, when you analyze that performance in the fourth quarter, is that despite the fact that he was making errors as he was pressing forward to get his team from behind, he kept making it happen. He kept making it happen. Of course, we know the history where San Antonio Spurs allowed Miami, well, they didn't allow him actually, they just lost the lead and they went into overtime and Miami won. But the biggest lesson you can learn as an entrepreneur is that when you're in situations, and I'm telling you, I've seen entrepreneurs, I invested into about 25 of them, is that there's a point in every startup cycle or even a new product introduction is that you've got to throw caution to the wind. You got to go all out. You can't look back and think about, oh, what's going to happen if I don't make it? You got to go all out. And that's what LeBron James did. It's a phenomenal case of, here's a guy and the team they had their chips down, they're about to lose the game, and he literally single-handedly inspired his team to come back from behind and win that game. So the biggest thing you want to think about is when you're in these type of situations is that you've got to be able to throw caution at the wind at the right time. Obviously, when you're a startup entrepreneur, you can't take risks all the time. You have to take calculated risks, but by the same token, you have to be able to throw caution to the wind at a specific point where you have no choice but to move forward. And that's what LeBron James did. In fact, in some respect, probably he had no choice. He was 10 points down. He had really nothing to lose. So by throwing caution to the wind, he was able to win. And in fact, what's cool about it is that after the interview, he talks about it. He talks about the fact that I threw caution to the wind. That's a quote from LeBron James. So if you want to be inspired, if you're ever in a situation where things are not going good or you got to amplify your efforts, remember and be inspired by LeBron James saying, I threw caution to the wind. You can too.